stay old. It drives you crazy getting old. You are under spells, people. You're under spell. I don't know spell. You are.
Hi, my name's Josie, and I'm writing my own book. You might know me from the fantasy fashion videos I share, or maybe from my book-related content. In any case, it's no secret that my love of fantasy books has kind of taken over my entire life. I mean, I practically spend all my time admiring the work of amazing authors who dare to put their dreams to paper, which led me to ask myself, why can't I do that? So I got to work and set out to turn this daydream of mine into a reality. Suddenly, a silly little idea that popped into my head has turned into 50,000 words and counting, and these are just the first steps of a long and exciting road ahead. I plan on documenting and sharing the entire process with you every step of the way, and if all goes according to plan, you'll get to add my own book to your shelf one day too.
What? After all you put me through, you expect me to help you just like that? Just like that? Fine.
And I couldn't be sure. I had a feeling so peculiar. This pain wouldn't be forevermore.
Wow, what a beautiful day to be beautiful. And tomorrow, even if it's not beautiful, I'll still be beautiful.
I have a new approach to editing my novel that I think is going to make a big difference. I recently finished draft 1 of my next novel, which publishes in 2027, and today I was at Bloom's Yard in Broadgate Circle to do some editing. This is a real hidden gem. It's on the first floor of this big office building. You basically have to look for that big 100 and then go through the doors and up the escalator. But once you get up there, you'll find a beautiful cafe with loads of seating options and an amazing view. Broadgate Circle is so pretty, I love it here. I always tend to work fast. I write fast and I edit fast. What I've decided to do with draft 2 of this novel is to really limit myself with how much editing I can do per day. This book is divided into 12 chapters-ish, and I'm only letting myself edit 1 chapter per day. I want to really go through and consider every sentence in this edit without my brain getting tired at all. If I get to the end of the chapter in a certain writing session and I still have time left, then I can always work on a different project because I always have a bunch on the go. But by really slowing down this edit and giving myself that day-by-day structure, I think it might mean I'm able to get this manuscript into an even better shape than I would otherwise. And since I have plenty of time before I have to hand it to my publisher, I figure I might as well make good use of it.
I'm Jordan and I'm currently writing my debut novel, Nights at the Library of Stars. So I just finished the 5th full edit and I'm really hoping that it is nearly ready to query with agents. After this edit, it's coming in at just over 101,000 words, and I've decided to send it to one more beta reader just to see if there's any last minute adjustments before I start querying. Ooh. I've also booked an agent one-to-one feedback session with one of my dream agents, so I'm really hoping this will help to make sure that my pitch and my query is airtight and ready to go. But that's not until July 12th, so until then I'm going to be spending a little bit of time just catching up on my to-be-read list. And hopefully the next time I talk to you, I'll be ready to query agents. Oh my god!
Here are 10 ways to include yearning in your romance story. The 10th one will be the spicy one. Secret acts of service. Think about how Darcy paid for Lydia and Wickham's wedding in secret, didn't advertise it, and that was a huge turning point for Lizzie and how she saw Darcy. Frustration at themselves and getting annoyed by their constant thoughts. Internal dialogue things like, this is ridiculous. I'm stupid. What is wrong with me? Okay, this is one of my favorites. When they find something that initially they think is ugly or annoying, and they keep bringing it up in their thoughts as oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that again. I can't stand that. And over time, it eventually becomes the feature that they enjoy most about that person. I'm thinking of the scene where Cardan gently caresses the curve of Jude's ear because it's round, and then he realizes what he's doing and he's a little embarrassed and she's a little embarrassed. Bonus points if the other character is insecure about this thing. Number 4 is if they are distracted while doing an important task. So yes, they're going about their day or they're on this special mission, but all they can think about is the other person. Next is keepsakes. I'm thinking of Mr. Brooks in Little Women, how he keeps Meg's glove. Maybe the other person enjoys collecting buttons, and so subconsciously the other character starts collecting buttons whenever they see one. Number 6 is when someone else shows interest in the love interest. They get very annoyed and defensive, and of course they would deny it if anyone notices, but they also start to imagine and daydream what it would be like seeing them walking arm in arm together, imagining what their wedding is going to be like, what their kids would look like, and it just fills them with so much spite and anger and irritability. This is just a form of self-torture that is really fun to write and to read. Number 7 is doing things to get attention, whether that be good or bad. This would be things like teasing, maybe teasing them about the aforementioned annoying or strange feature that they have. Picking fights with them, be they petty, be they serious. Flirting with someone else in front of them, just doing anything that they can to get the attention of their love interest. And what I love is when it doesn't work and they are extremely disappointed and frustrated at that fact. Number 8 is either they avoid them at all costs or they seek them out constantly and they are constantly looking for a way to be in the way of their love interest. Number 9 is very tried and true, which is just noticing small things, whether that be like a cup of coffee shows up on their desk exactly the way that they like it. It could be noticing their annoyances and planning ahead for those things. Maybe she hates being in the sun and he remembered to bring a beach umbrella. Okay, and number 10 is my spicy one, so if you are not interested in that, skip this part. I love a good self-pleasuring scene. I love a good scene where they are just fantasizing about that person behind closed doors, in private. I think it builds delicious yearning, and especially if the other person never knows. But I've also seen it work where the other person does know. Maybe they hear it, maybe they find evidence of it somehow. I live for that in a spicy scene.